What motivates you to come back to politics? I'm sure it has
I
been
think,
quite some time.
yeah,
What motivates you to?
I think I did 2 terms. The first term, I was the regional manager for Oxfam, and what motivated me that time did motivate me again, but this time it's worse. Um, uh, After I came in my second term, I told my constituency, after this term, I'm not going to stand again. I will not be seeking another election, and 10 years was enough to do politics. However, the Constitution of 2010 gave us devolution. I never envisaged what has happened to us did happen, particularly the 3 northeastern counties. Traditionally, we've used our clan system to govern ourselves as nomadic pastoralists. And what has really happened with the devolution is basically we've imported our clan tradition into government. And today, I would speak for Wajir, and I'm sure it is the same in a number of places. We've imported that to a level where the semblance of government is almost not there. I'll give a few examples. In my days when I used to work in the hostel, when a patient comes, you know, whether he's rich, poor, doesn't matter the color, they got treated. At the moment, everybody's looking for somebody of their clan to take them around and those things. When clans are coming and saying, please, we are going to vote for you, can you employ, we need certain number of directors. So the concept of civil service has actually died in this part of it. When a borehole breaks, it is the elders, it is the clan, it is the professional for those or businessmen who are looking for money and trying to repair. In the old days, if a borehole breaks, it was the operator who sent a signal, the engineer, the district engineer would do whatever he has to do to ensure that that borehole is repaired. And at the moment, yesterday I met chiefs, elders looking for the MP saying our borehole is broken. That should be the job of the civil service of the county. The civil service is not given what they need to do. They are not supervised, they are not given the tools, they are not given the resources to actually do their work. So everybody is looking for somebody called governor. The second thing is that we devolved from Nairobi to Wajir, and that's where it got stuck. So the sub-counties, which used to have district treasury, and all those are dead. You know, Habasweine, Butte, you know, Geriftu, Tarbaj, Eldas. So my view is that unless we do something seriously to turn it around, we're doomed. The people, particularly of this region, there is clanism. Clans are good, but clanism that is largely driven actually now by the elite, the people, and I feel that we are part of it. People of my age, we should have ended this thing, that it should not have been what goes into government. So that's really the main motivation.
What will you do different?
Very basic. People are the biggest asset. Sort out the civil service. Make sure, devolve it. So we have 6 sub-counties, ensure that there is enough leadership that is going to do. So give them their money, let them do all the devolved functions, health, education, livestock. Livestock, for example, is our main whatever.
Yeah.
So once you've done that, and making sure that we have a clear plan, and as governor, you don't have to, the civil servants should be able to say this borehole is broken, they have the resources to go and repair it. Very basic. The health team do their plan, they have their resources, and they do. The resources are never enough. We lose more, not only to corruption, but to actual mismanagement because of wrong priorities. So that's one. So you devolve, you do that. Then you come up with innovation in terms of, let's say, livestock. Livestock, this is one of the best endowed with the livestock. We want to have livestock cooperatives. And those livestock cooperatives will be for 2 purposes. One, for marketing. The other one, to make sure that during droughts, we do not. So in every constituency, you can have major feedlots, so that when drought comes, people don't have to run all over. Like, look at this drought now. Yes. And then For the cooperatives, we do what like the former LMD used to do, in which they have lorries that they can transport their wares to all the markets, Nairobi, Mombasa. You can make sure that we have an arbiter here, you prepare for export. That's a major thing that you can do. We do have, Wajir is endowed. We are talking of twice the size of Rwanda. So you can invite private sector. There are many things that you can invent. We have the highest minerals for making cement, for example, gypsum, lime, all those things are here. Once this road is done, which is about to be done, it means then we can do it. We have an international airport. So by creating an export process zone, you can easily attract private sector into this place. So those are the major ones. But at the moment, what we are fighting is to get the basics done. Just getting health workers to be in every station, getting the right drugs, just doing it, making sure water is available to people, making sure that livestock diseases are treated. That basic, just the discipline is missing at the moment.
All right, let's talk a bit about the negotiated democracy. Do you believe in it?
Okay, I actually believe in negotiated democracy, but I don't believe in clan chauvinism. And I want to explain the difference. The negotiated democracy, in 2011, as Wajir people, we sat in Wajir Girls, just behind us here, and we said, look, devolution is coming. We would like to make sure that we are in harmony. So we said the three main clans, at least the 3 seats, governor, deputy, and senator, we should share. It should not be taken by one clan. The major, that should not happen. That is negotiated democracy. What I call clan chauvinism is when a clan sits and decide, no, let's have only one so that we take the seat, irrespective of the quality of the person they have brought. So that's what's happening. And it's happening at the most important level, the MCA. MCA, in my view, after the presidency, is the most important position, because if devolution is what is the... Now, what is happening is clans, some of them actually the same clan, maybe even their cousins, stand, and the elders will sit for weeks trying to say, this sub-clan had it last time, let's do it this way. They don't ask 3 fundamental questions. What does Wajir need? They don't ask what is the qualification required for the person to be an MCA. They don't ask what is the integrity of the person. So we're getting young people who've never worked before, who have no clue about doing laws. They have no idea of how to do oversight, and we feel it there. But that person, so you sat somewhere in a corner of Wajir and came up as a clan with that. But that person is going to have an impact on the whole county. Okay. That's actually one of the disasters of this chauvinism I'm talking about. My plea, and one of the reasons that I'm standing under this platform where I'm saying, let's go to all of Wajir, is that in 10 years, maybe maximum 20 years, somebody from the smallest clan who's capable can stand and be elected by everybody. We are not there yet, but we should do it. So the interest of the one who is in Sarif, Butte, Korofarar, Tarbaj is they want to see health services which are efficient, that are of standard. They want to see if their ball breaks, it's repaired within a few hours. They want to see that when there's drought, they get help. I'll give an example. Now we have a major drought. For 300 million, and Wajir gets about 9 billion, or 8 billion this year, I think, probably, you know, you can give cash transfer for over 10,000 households for 6 months. So, but there's not such a discussion. The people who will go and surround the governor and all those, they think of contract. They think of going to dig some dam somewhere. That is not a priority. Or maybe clear some bush clearing on a road. Yet, today we have a major crisis. So the planning process, for example, it's become a one-man show, actually, because there are no ladies who have become governors. And it depends on what they think, rather than we don't have a socio-economic council where you involve the brains of the county to think in terms of the next 30 years, where would we like the county to be? There is no, cabinet that sits and where you bring your brains and say, okay, this is the plan, and therefore we will stick with it. We look at the national plan, and then we have the county plan, and say this is where we are investing. At the moment, there is none. There is no sense of looking for additional investment, whether it is national government, donor money, or private sector, because private sector is what really will engineer growth in this area, and the basis of it will be livestock.
Right.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit about the wrangles between the county top leadership. We have seen this. Mr. Elmi, you are not only a politician but an elder from Wajir
Yes,
County.
yes.
Have you guys intervened? I mean, what is happening? Because citizens or residents of Wajir feel like there's no service delivery.
Yes.
The court cases. I mean, what's your opinion on this wrangle?
In my view, the one thing which Wajir I think is ahead of others is to say bad practice cannot continue, and therefore that's what led to the impeachment. True. I'm saying Wajir is a step ahead in my view. Yes. It is the only place where what happened is possible. Yeah. It is a messy at the moment, right, but I think we will go. Right. Wajir, I think for many years we used to be called people of Wajir. When I used to work in Garissa, they don't mention your clan, they say Wajir. And because of that, I believe if there's going to be any hope for Somalis, it will be in Wajir, where people can come together and say what is good for us. Yes. Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about the drought.
Yes.
Wajir is facing a serious drought. You worked in humanitarian organizations before. Do you think the national government or the county is fair to mitigate this?
It's a disaster. If you ask me, as somebody who has worked in the drought since 1984 at different capacity, one I was with Minister of Health, then 92 is the main one that I got involved in. And then I'm among the few who, when I was Minister for Northern Kenya, who authored what we call ending drought emergency. That droughts will come, but they should not become emergency. Nobody should die because of drought. And therefore, and we came up with a plan that in 10 years, and that was 2011, drought should not become an emergency. So I'm disappointed because the plans were in place, and that plan was not for Kenya only. It was regional. We had the head of state from Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, all of them, and we were in Gigiri. And we came up with a 6-point plan to ensure that droughts do not become emergencies anymore. We created in Kenya, and under my leadership, we did a national drought emergency. We even wanted a drought contingency so that funds are available for droughts. Having been in Wajir now for 3 days, and having seen the level of malnutrition, having seen the level of hunger that is around, the effect will be felt in a few weeks' time. Yeah. The other one is our land is getting degraded. Sure. So during the normal years, make sure you take care of it. And all that is devolved. Unfortunately, at the moment, nobody is talking about it. Most of the money is going to where people can get contracts. And therefore, it's not going to the soft things. So take for example, we have a lot of people who have lost their animals, they are strong. You can do a work guarantee schemes where you're saying, if you're able-bodied, there is work for you. Yeah. And then they can do reseeding, restoration of land, they can do a lot of different type of things. So the range of things that have been tried and tested across the world, and even in Kenya, are huge. And therefore, all you need to do is make sure that you put it priority, and you take it to the people. So you want from the ward to the sub-county. That should be the decision making. Then you go for what adds value to the whole county.
Mheshimiwa, I mean, one will argue, you work as environment.
Yes.
You were talking about degrading, we were talking about deforestation.
Yes.
One will argue, why have you not done this when you were in office?
Why
tomorrow?
First, it's good to know when you're Minister of Environment under the current constitution, it's largely policy and of course forests that are protected that are under the ministry. The rest, like this county, is all under the government, county government, the environment. Two, when you are cast, you assist the minister. Yeah, sure. So those are the kind of things
but
that you
have assisted the minister also to
we did those kind of things. But what you can do with the resources that are allocated to the county on environment is completely different from what you can do there. Here you have staff, you have the machinery under that, and you can do the policy direction. Nationally, the ministry, they take what we get here is more than double what a number of ministries get. So what you can do with it, and it's largely a lot like environmental. It's environmental education, and you do have quite a number of, should I say, staff and community elders that you can actually engage and do that.
You come from a very large family, but again we have seen Dr. Hassan, Mr. Mohammed, the impeached governor, also coming from the same. Do you think this will have negative impact on the support base?
Of course it will have an impact in terms of electioneering, but what I'm saying is I've worked in Wajir. So like during Wagala you said from 82 to 85, and then I came back in 87 and I worked until 97. I was the manager of Oxford. I went to every village in Wajir. My track record is very clear about clanism, about the major one at the moment is actually corruption. And that I believe everybody knows. I worked actually then for that organization, became the country director and became regional. And actually anointed by the Queen, I am an MBE holder because of my humanitarian and also development work. So I know Wajir, people know me, and I'm counting on my knowledge and my track record of Wajir to get me into the seat. And not only my clan base, but the whole of Wajir people. And my aim is actually that after this election, we move slowly towards non-clan based. It should be about quality of the person, the integrity. If we don't do that, we are doomed.
Mheshimiwa, thank you for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Asante.